Welcome to the GovCon Intel Briefing, produced by cybercloudai.tech. I'm Alex, and joining me as always is Maya. Today is July 9th, 2026, and we're here to cut through the noise and deliver the most impactful federal opportunity, agency, acquisition, cyber, cloud, AI, and capture signals directly to your ears. Here at cybercloudai.tech, we specialize in helping small businesses and GovCon teams navigate the complex federal landscape with top-tier cybersecurity, cloud, AI, and federal capture strategy support, all without that Fortune 500 overhead. Maya, ready to dive into the intel?
Absolutely, Alex! My circuits are buzzing with today's insights. We've got a packed agenda, from legislative pushes on AI contracts to some really interesting shifts in agency operations and, of course, the ever-evolving cyber landscape. Let's power up and get straight into what's moving the needle for GovCon this week.
Excellent. Kicking things off with some near-term opportunities and solicitation signals. First up, Federal News Network reports that Senator Elizabeth Warren is pressing the DoD and tech firms to disclose AI contract terms. She's quoted saying it's impossible to assess any safeguards that may exist in your company's agreement with DoD without seeing the full contract. This is a big deal for transparency and accountability in AI.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. This isn't just about transparency. It's a huge signal for anyone in the AI space. If you're working with the DoD, or want to, on AI, you need to be thinking about how your contracts are structured, what safeguards you have in place, and how you can articulate that clearly. This could lead to new requirements, compliance needs, or even specific RFIs around AI ethics and transparency in contracting. Definitely a watch this space moment for BD teams.
Indeed. Shifting gears a bit, the Army is making some health-related changes. They're replacing traditional height and weight tables for body composition, now focusing on a waist-to-height ratio. Soldiers with a confirmed ratio of 0.55 or higher will enter an improvement program. This affects a massive workforce.
It does, Alex, and it's not just about physical fitness. Think data collection, analytics, potential for wearable tech integration, or specialized health and wellness platforms. For GovCon, this could mean opportunities in health IT, data management, or program management for these new initiatives. A subtle signal, but one that could lead to new requirements for supporting soldier readiness.
Good point. And sticking with the DoD, a watchdog is urging more transparency in daycare abuse cases. Poor communication during investigations is undermining staffing, parent trust, and childcare availability. This impacts military families directly. This points to potential needs for improved communication platforms, secure data management systems for investigations, or program management support to streamline processes and rebuild trust. Any solution enhancing transparency and efficiency in these critical support services could be highly valued. It's about enabling better operations and ultimately better care for military families. Absolutely. And here's a big one for the cyber community. The DoD has officially opened applications for its long-awaited cyber apprenticeship program. This initiative, first teased in April, has garnered massive interest, with over 70,000 inquiries already. That's a huge talent pipeline.
70,000 inquiries? That's not just a pipeline, Alex. That's a cyber tsunami of interest. This is a massive opportunity for companies involved in cyber training, workforce development, curriculum design, or platforms to manage these programs. If you're in cyber education or talent development, you need to be looking at how you can support this DoD initiative. It's about building the next generation of cyber defenders, and the DoD is clearly investing heavily. Don't miss this bite of opportunity.
Nice one, Maya. And finally, on the regulatory front, CIRCIA and other big cyber rules are expected to get finalized this fall. CISA's long-awaited cyber incident reporting rules are among several cybersecurity regulations moving forward in the coming months.
This is a massive compliance signal, Alex. For any company doing business with the federal government, these rules will dictate how you handle cyber incidents, what you report, and when. This means a surge in demand for compliance consulting, incident response planning, SIEM solutions, and general cybersecurity uplift. If you provide services or tech that helps organizations meet stringent cyber reporting requirements, you need to be front and center as these rules solidify. It's not just a suggestion, it's soon to be law.
That's a lot to chew on for opportunities. Let's pivot to some agency and customer intelligence that can inform our capture strategies. First, a practical insight from North Carolina CISO, Bernice Russell Bond. She's rationalizing cyber tools by asking a simple question. What's the most impactful cyber tool? while also maintaining fiscal responsibility. That's a smart approach.
It really is, Alex. It's a clear signal that agencies are looking for value. For GovCon, this means you can't just sell features, you have to sell impact and ROI. If you're pitching a cyber solution, be ready to demonstrate its effectiveness, its cost efficiency, and how it directly addresses critical risks. Be a strategic partner, not just a vendor. Show how your solution delivers maximum bang for their buck.
Great advice. Moving to the federal side, the Energy Department's CIO office is positioning itself to feed the Genesis mission team. The CIO said her team's workforce enablement tools are helping the crew do their jobs faster and better. That's a strong internal customer focus.
This is a classic example of an IT organization becoming a true enabler, Alex. For companies specializing in workforce enablement tools, collaboration platforms, or custom application development that boosts productivity for scientific or mission-critical teams, the DOE is a customer to watch. They're clearly investing in tools that directly support their core missions. If you can show how your solutions empower highly specialized teams, the DOE could be a prime target.
Absolutely. Now, a bit of a cautionary tale from the VA. A watchdog says their patient advocate tracking system replacement was wrongly deemed low risk after being transferred to the cloud in 2023, despite containing medical record access. That's a significant oversight.
Whoa, low risk for a system with medical record access? That's a red flag, Alex. This screams opportunity for cloud security assessments, risk management frameworks, and compliance services. The VA clearly needs to revisit its risk posture for cloud-migrated systems, especially those handling sensitive patient data. If you offer FedRAMP compliance, cloud security architecture, or risk assessment services, the VA and other agencies with similar cloud migrations are likely in need of your expertise. This isn't just a VA issue. It's a reminder for all agencies to properly assess cloud risks.
Definitely. And finally, a personnel change to note. Federal CIO Greg Barbaccia is leaving government. His last name will be August 31st, a significant departure at the top IT level.
This is important for anyone tracking federal IT leadership, Alex. When a federal CIO leaves, it often signals potential shifts in IT strategy, priorities, or even vendor relationships. It's crucial to monitor who steps into that role and what their vision is. For GovCon teams, this means keeping an eye on the news, updating your stakeholder maps, and being prepared to adapt your messaging to align with the new leadership's agenda.
Indeed. Let's broaden our view now to some general budget and market movements that are worth keeping an eye on. First, a recent video from GovExec highlighted a serious concern. A debt ceiling breach could mean the federal government decides not to pay any government employees. That's a stark warning.
That's not just a warning, Alex. That's a potential seismic event for the entire federal ecosystem. While we hope it doesn't come to that, it underscores the importance of monitoring fiscal policy and understanding the potential impact on federal spending and contract payments. For GovCon, it means being aware of your cash flow, diversifying your portfolio, and keeping a close watch on legislative developments. It's a reminder that even the most stable customer can face unexpected challenges.
Absolutely. Another item to watch? OSHA's latest rule changes and what they signal for federal workforce risk management. Safety regulations and workers' compensation outcomes are closely connected, especially in higher-risk federal environments.
This points to a broader trend in federal agencies prioritizing employee well-being and safety, Alex. For GovCon, this could translate into opportunities for workplace safety consulting, risk assessment tools, or HR and compliance software that helps agencies manage these new regulations. It's about creating a safer, more compliant work environment, and agencies will need support to implement these changes effectively.
And finally, OPM is looking to replace traditional HR reports with annual staffing plans. A new OPM rule aims to streamline processes, reduce duplication, and formalize requirements on federal hiring and staffing. This is a big shift for federal HR.
This is a huge modernization play for federal HR, Alex. If you're in the HR tech space, workforce planning, talent acquisition, or data analytics for human capital, this is a clear signal. OPM is looking to move away from static reports to more dynamic, forward-looking staffing plans. This means agencies will need tools and expertise to develop, implement, and analyze these new plans. There's definitely a role for GovCon to play in that transformation.
All right, Maya. Based on all this intel, let's distill it down into 3 practical capture actions our listeners can take right now. What's your first recommendation? Okay, first up, proactively engage on AI contract transparency and compliance. With Senator Warren pushing for disclosure on DoD AI contracts, GovCon teams should review their own AI development and deployment agreements. Be prepared to articulate your AI ethics, data governance, and security safeguards. Consider developing a transparency brief for potential DoD engagements, highlighting how your solutions meet or exceed emerging accountability standards. This isn't just about compliance, it's about building trust and demonstrating leadership in responsible AI.
That's a solid first step. What's next?
Second, target DoD cyber workforce development and training solutions. The DoD's new cyber apprenticeship program with 70,000 inquiries is a clear indicator of a massive investment in cyber talent. If your company offers cyber training, curriculum development, certification programs, or platforms to manage large-scale apprenticeship initiatives, now is the time to engage. Research the program's structure, identify key stakeholders, and position your capabilities to support this critical national security effort. This is a long-term play with significant potential.
Excellent. And for our third practical action?
My third action, review and offer cloud risk assessment and compliance expertise to agencies. The VA's low-risk misclassification of a cloud-migrated patient system is a stark reminder that many agencies may have gaps in their cloud security posture and risk management frameworks. GovCon teams should proactively reach out to agencies, especially those with significant cloud migrations or sensitive data in the cloud, offering services like comprehensive cloud security assessments, FedRAMP compliance support, and risk mitigation strategies. This is a critical need across the federal landscape, and demonstrating expertise here can open many doors.
Fantastic, Maya! Those are 3 incredibly actionable insights for our listeners. And that brings us to the end of today's GovCon Intel briefing. We covered a lot of ground, from critical opportunities in AI and cyber workforce development to key agency shifts and market signals.
It's been a whirlwind, Alex, but hopefully our listeners feel a bit more plugged into the federal landscape. Remember, staying ahead means not just reacting to RFPs, but understanding the underlying currents that drive federal spending and priorities.
Absolutely. For more in-depth GovCon cybersecurity, cloud, AI, compliance, and capture support, visit us at www.cybercloudai.tech. Our team is ready to help your small business or GovCon team navigate these complex waters and secure those critical federal contracts. And while you're there, be sure to check out our other technology and GovCon podcasts at www.cybercloudai.tech/Spotify. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks, everyone. Stay sharp, stay strategic.